It was 9:01 a.m. on a rainy Thursday in Millbrook, a small town where nothing ever happens, until that morning. Inside the First Trust Bank, the usual early customers stood in line, umbrellas dripping, scrolling their phones, waiting for the day to start. The security guard sipped his coffee, yawning. That's when the man in the grey hoodie walked in. At first, no one noticed. Then he dropped a folded note on the teller's counter. The teller, a 24-year-old named Claire, opened it with shaking hands. It said just 5 words. No alarms. Fill the bag. Claire's stomach dropped. She looked up and saw the man had something under his hoodie. Square, hard, unmistakably the shape of a gun. She started filling the canvas bag. The man never raised his voice. Never pulled the weapon. Never said anything else. Within 3 minutes, he was gone, out the door, disappearing into the grey morning drizzle like he'd never been there. The perfect crime, or so it seemed. Police were on the scene within minutes. The security footage showed the man's face, but only partially. A surgical mask and baseball cap hid his features. Even stranger, there were no fingerprints. No DNA. Witnesses all gave conflicting descriptions. He was tall. No, he was average height. He had a limp. No limp at all. It was as if the man had been anyone. The bag he left with contained $142,000 in cash, and the bank's insurance company was already preparing for a total loss. But Detective Jenna Morales wasn't buying it. This guy is too calm, she told the local news that night. Too professional. This isn't a random robbery. This is personal. Over the next 2 weeks, police poured through tips. A car was seen speeding away, a grey sedan, but the license plate had been removed. Neighbors reported a strange man sitting in a car near the bank days before the robbery. Still, nothing stuck. Then Morales got a break. A pawn shop 3 towns over reported a man selling old jewelry for cash. Security cameras caught his face. It was the same man from the bank footage, only now, no mask, no hat. Police raided the address tied to the pawn ticket. But when they got there, they found something that stopped them cold. Inside the house was a wall covered in newspaper clippings, not about robberies, but about the First Trust Bank itself. Articles about layoffs. About foreclosures. About a scandal 2 years earlier when the bank was accused of predatory lending. And pinned in the center of the wall was a photograph. It was Claire, the bank teller, the same one who had handed him the money. Next to her photo were 2 words written in red marker. I'm sorry. Morales dug deeper. The man's name was Ethan Kerrigan, 39, a former contractor who had lost his house when First Trust foreclosed after his wife's medical bills bankrupted them. But that wasn't the only connection. Claire, the teller, was his younger sister. Police pulled Claire in for questioning. At first, she denied everything. Then, as the evidence piled up, she broke. Through tears, she admitted Ethan had told her what was coming. He'd planned the robbery for months, casing the bank, memorizing shifts, learning when the cash delivery came in. But what shocked detectives was why he did it. He wasn't planning to keep the money. He'd already started mailing it, thousands at a time, in anonymous envelopes to random Millbrook residents who'd lost their homes to foreclosure. When police finally caught Ethan, he didn't resist. In the interrogation room, he sat calmly and said, "They took everything from me. I just took it back and gave it to the people they hurt." The district attorney faced a nightmare. Legally, it was still armed robbery. But the town rallied behind Ethan. Hundreds signed petitions for leniency. Social media turned him into a folk hero. #Robin Hood robber trended for weeks. Even some of the bank's former customers said they didn't want the money back. But then came the real twist. Just days before trial, prosecutors discovered that not all the money had been mailed out. Over $30,000 was missing, and it wasn't in Ethan's possession. It was found in Claire's apartment. When confronted, Claire admitted she had kept the cash. "I just thought," she said quietly, "why should everyone else get a piece but me? After everything I've been through." Suddenly, the heroic narrative crumbled. Was Ethan really a selfless avenger, or had he secretly planned to split the money with his sister all along? Ethan swore he didn't know about Claire's stash. But the jury didn't buy it. Ethan Kerrigan was sentenced to 12 years in federal prison for armed bank robbery. Claire got 3 years for conspiracy. And yet, to this day, no one knows whether Ethan really intended to keep the money, or if his sister's greed turned a symbolic act of revenge into just another crime. True crime forums still debate the case. Some say Ethan was a martyr, punished for standing up to a corrupt system. Others say he was just another thief, hiding behind a sob story. But one thing is certain. The Millbrook heist wasn't just a robbery. It was a mirror held up to the entire town, forcing everyone to question whether justice is really about the law, or about what feels right. And in that way, the robbery worked. Because Millbrook would never be the same. If this story had you on the edge of your seat, hit that like button. It really helps this video reach more true crime fans. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss the next twist-filled story.